What is up, guys? YogiZilla here, and we're doing Horseplay Live a little earlier tonight. It's probably going to be a shorter show. I might be solo, because it is Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone here in the States. And Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to everyone around the world. There's always something to be thankful for, and that's the spirit we hope to keep going in this episode. I must admit, I am fighting against the itis, so... yeah, that is a thing. Oh, was my cam on? Oh yeah, I do have a webcam, and the cats knocked it off. Let me see. Do I really wanna? I have a full stomach, and my camera is behind my desk. Do I risk trying to pick that up? Is it worth it? I don't know. Let me see. You're gonna see a little something. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. What am I doing? Boop. Yeah, is this seeing my toes or something? What's it looking at? Okay, hold on. We're gonna try this. This is a fun pre-show right now. And Obi, I don't know where he's at right now, so I figured I'd just start the show. Oh, he's playing Rocket League. So he's around. He's just diddly-daddling. I always tell him, get on 20 to 30 minutes before the show so we can prep. He's going to show up fast, we'll be late. But we're going to keep going. That way, by the time he gets on, we can start wrapping up. And then, got to clean up, put away all those leftovers. It's going to be fun. Alright, see if I get this webcam. I got a cat that's enjoying the show. Front row seats. She's really enamored with my my mouse pointer. All right, let's see. I got a kitty on my desk. There's a kitty on my desk. How am I gonna do this? Okay. Must be tangled up in something. Yeah, I gotta sort through these cables one of these days. Oh, that's a mess. Where's my lint-free cloth? Need to get a new camera soon. Ugh. Oh, Kitty left. She didn't like me messing with all that stuff, I guess. Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Okay. No, don't play with the cable. Oh, you stop it. That's my cable. Alright. Gotta be careful not to move my chair, because she's right under the thing. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Oh my god, why does it look like that? Yeah, and it's in black and white. Like I said, my camera is jacked up. What the hell? Oh. Hello. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving day. Sangibin, as a lot of Latinos call it. Those cracks me up. Sangibin. Oh, you gonna have Sangibin food? Oh, sí. Ah, qué bien. Qué bueno, sí. Like I could be racist towards my own people. It's okay. So, folks, it's November 24th. That's right. Fine Thursday. November's almost over. It's Black Friday soon. I'm gonna try to have this episode done before Black Friday starts, which is midnight officially, because the internet might die. It's gonna implode when anybody tries to hit up those online deals. I'm personally gonna wait for Cyber Monday, the online deals, and Xbox Store already has deals. The Microsoft Store already has deals through the weekend. So yeah, gonna avoid that mad dash in the stores. All right, let me make sure the sound's working.
You are listening to an all.
All right, cool. We look like we're good to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get the show started. Enough dilly dallying. Let me see. Hi, kitty. What are you doing? Why are you eating? Why are you eating that? Let me show you guys my cat. One of my many cats. I'm a crazy cat lady, because I'm not a lady. That's Schmunkin. You can probably hear her purring. I can hear her purring through my headphones. She's the baby of the house. She's a little rascal. And like most of our pets, she is a rescue. Hey, comfortable. Can't afford to hunch over towards the mic like I usually do. Alright, there we go. Put the mic at the proper level so you can hear me. Oh, look, I sound so much better now. Ooh. Right, kitty? Oh, yeah. Let me turn on Discord in case anybody comes in. And see you guys. You know, I need some kind of like transitionary scream of some sort, so I could, you know, not be just awkward while the music's going. I'm so unprepared. What do I have? What do I have? This was our, oh yeah. This is our old, this works. This works, right, kitty? We'll just change this to something else. What's this? Alright, we got the little news ticker. There you go. That's the little warm-up shizzles for the dizzles. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
Put that coffee down.
Calling all film fans, want to add a little more fun to your podcast diet? Well, why not listen to the 365 Flicks podcast, where the lads from Smallville, UK.
We love to bring you the latest news, our own special brand of meaningless movie nonsense, as well as a bunch of top fives you really won't care about.
I'm Kev.
I'm Chris.
We're pissy.
We're fanboys.
We're having another beer.
We're the 365 Flicks podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, Podomatic, and many, many others.
Also look for us on musingsofageek.com and wickedradionetwork.com.
Sick of listening to all those overpaid movie critics?
Then tune into the 365 Flicks podcast, your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
Welcome, geeks, gamers, and ninja robots, and robots that are not ninjas, This is Horseplay Live. Today is Thursday, November 24th, 2016. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. That's right. It is that day. And in less than 2 hours, actually less than an hour, or a little over an hour. Yeah, it's 10:55 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast. The West Coast, that does a rhyme. Yeah, of the United States. Yeah. That's what I like to think. Yeah, and I got the fooditis. I'm gonna be stumbling for the word, you know what I'm saying? We got Tiger Claw in the chat already, King Deem. They have survived the food coma. I'm struggling with the itis, but I'm gonna make it through. And in this episode, we're gonna tentatively title it The Sangibin Show for You. The Sangibin Show for You. The show. This is the way a lot of Spanish people I know to speak. Including my mom. Instead of saying show, they go cho. Instead of saying Thanksgiving, they go Sangibin. Sangibin. Hey, ¿qué tú haces para Sangibin? Oh, sí, qué bueno. And of course, they're saying you, they go Jew. Are you calling me a Jew? It's kind of racist. Not that there's anything wrong with our Jewish friends. They definitely have the beard to pull it off. Should probably switch the overlay. There you go. A camera tonight, and I'm solo. All kinds of things are crazy. Things are not what they seem. Yeah, it's black and white. My camera is going to shit, but you know it works. Quality is good at least. Frame rate, you know, high resolution, you know, HD and all that. I'm not getting any frame drops. Knock on wood. I wouldn't knock on wood, but I might end up scaring the kitty that's sleeping on my desk right now. She got tired from following the mouse pointer around. Yeah. It's a true story, man. Now I wanna, in lieu of the fact that it's Thanksgiving here in the United States, the U.S. of A, depending who you ask. The A can mean anything. I love our country, I really do. I'm not gonna get into the post-election rant and all the ugliness we've been seeing on social media. It's a happy day. It's a day to be thankful. But I do gotta say, this is a PSA, a public service announcement, the more you know moment, if you will. And it's about tinfoil. Now, there's a common belief that tinfoil has, or aluminum foil, or aluminium if you're in Europe, has two sides. The shiny side, and the matte side, the dull side. Which is true. But people believe that they serve a different purpose. Now, that's really only true for non-stick foil. The matte or the dull side is the side that you want the food to face, or you want that side, the dull side, to be touching the food, because it's non-stick. You don't want stuff sticking to your, foil or whatever. But with regular aluminum foil, there is no difference. The only difference is the shiny side, and this comes straight from Reynolds Company, the major brand of aluminum foil. Their engineer said the only reason it comes out that way is because when it goes through processing, it's a manufacturing process, the rollers make contact with one side, and that's the side that comes out shiny. That's it. Cause they got a whole debate with this today with my significant other, who likes to argue over silly things and makes every holiday fun, and I love it to death. I'm not complaining. I really ain't. But it's those kind of shenanigans that keep things interesting. The silly things that we debate. It's not just the internet. It happens IRL, folks. King Deem says he passed the fuck out at the in-laws. He's about to make a turkey stuffing and cranberry sauce sandwich with mayo and sriracha. Oh God, I'm stuffed. I just had a piece of cherry pie, and then I saw some pumpkin pie, and I think I saw pecan pie, and I was like, ooh, I really want those. I mean, I still am team cake, but these are good pies, so I'll definitely go for a good pie. But man, I don't even know if I have room for it. Like usually during this show, I drink a beer, but tonight I'm just keeping it simple. I got a small can of sun-kissed grape. and I'm nursing this. Okay, I can't do a tall glass of beer, a tall can of beer right now. Oh man, that'll send me over the edge. But I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and enjoying the holiday week. I know the kids are home from school and families coming over. It's chaotic and it's easy to get a little crazy, but appreciate it for what it is and rare opportunities that are afforded to us. You never know, you know, we take these things for granted, but you never know when you may not have your loved ones anymore. Not to get sad, but you know, you have to think about that. Let that weigh on your heart. So don't let petty arguments, little spats, get in the way of otherwise great relationships. In fact, King Deem, you know personally, we have a common friend who holds grudges over things, and he's one of those people that will say that he's over it, and I don't got time for that kind of negativity in my life. I'm just gonna cut people like that out because I don't want to be reminded of that kind of stuff. But he's the one that always brings up the beef. It's like, well, you're kind of the one that keeps rehashing it, so you're part of the problem. In those situations, you gotta be the better person, and you can't be like, well, they gotta apologize first. Well, they gotta do this first. But meet halfway, or more than you might have to go further than halfway, and then the other person will reciprocate. But petty stuff like that. Who's got time for that? My phone. Oh, it's on my phone. I thought I heard my phone vibrate. That was weird. Now I'm freaking hallucinating. It was so bad that I've been up since like 5 in the morning, and I went to bed around 3. I tried to go to bed early last night. Didn't work out that way. We were playing a division, and I made a concerted effort to hop off, but even with that, forget it. It was like, when you're anticipating something and in your head you think about all the stuff you gotta do, and we had at least 15 dishes that we had to prep and cook from scratch, or at least reheat on top of the turkey that's going all day. And because my wife insists on the slow cooking method, but then she wants to do high heat at the end, which you gotta commit to one or the other. All right, when you cook a turkey, especially a big bird, you're either gonna cook it on a low temperature, 300, maybe 250 for several hours. All right, like maybe you want to smoke it. You could do that, and then for the rest of it, put foil over it. Usually want to keep foil in for the most part to trap the juices in. You don't want to necessarily steam it. You want to have some kind of ventilation, because steamed turkey, you probably don't want that. But you don't want those juices to just disappear, evaporate. A turkey tends to be dry. Anywho, turkey was delicious this year, but rather dry. Somehow I got blamed for that. Right. Well, look, we got up early. We should have just stuck to one plan, not keep turning up the heat. 'Cause that's her thing. Is like turn the heat up gradually every hour or two. And I'm like, yeah, well, not so much. Because if you do that, you got to keep basting it constantly, and when you're preparing a bunch of other stuff and cleaning, and people are coming over. Yeah, it's been madness. I kept meaning to hop on Xbox Live and jam with the guys. Keep looking in the chat, but no one's even talking. But anyway, look at you guys. I haven't been on the webcam much lately, so I'm not used to it. But I kept meaning to hop on Xbox Live, and it didn't quite work out. So hopefully we'll get the fix going. See who actually survived Thanksgiving. I didn't even get to really watch football today either. I've just been busy having conversation, kind of disconnected from video games and technology. Who would have thought? The day has just gone by quickly. It's good though. It's good to have that change of pace. There were some stressful moments, but it's good to disconnect, unplug every now and then. And I went on such a tangent. I think there was something else I was gonna say, and that's lost now. We'll never know. I do want to do a quick plug here. Make sure you visit our sponsor, the Puppet Farm, and they have a great show over on YouTube, and their website puppet.farm. That's http:// puppet.farm. Not puppet.com, not puppet.net, puppet.farm. You check out Trumpty Dumpty. I know people are probably sick of hearing about the election and Donald Trump, but this is funny. This will cheer you up. They do have a holiday-themed show coming. It might be delayed. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, holidays keep everybody busy, but they're going to try to get that out as soon as possible. And we'll be amongst the first to know about the latest. What are you doing, kitty? It's so cute. She's just stretching, and then just as she stretches, as she sleeps, she's just pulling stuff towards her. Yeah, you're a kitty pie. I love you. I need the desk cam, like an overhead cam, so you can see the mess on my desk and the kitty cat. Yeah, I turn into a total puss when I talk to my cats. Like, I get into the baby talk. Like, even the toughest guy, they see a baby, is like, oh, goo goo gaga, oh, who's your cute baby? Oh, all of a sudden we start speaking gibberish. The things we do for people we love. What else? Try to think what else. We're at it's kind of like the SNL monologue, except we're not quite as quality as SNL, and I'm no Dave Chappelle. But speaking of Dave Chappelle, he came back after what, over a decade of not doing any stand-up or no shows, no TV show. I mean, no appearances, nothing really. I think maybe he did a couple of interviews, but he was kind of in hermit mode because he could afford to disconnect, right? I don't blame him. And he did a resurgence on SNL, and I know maybe his publicist also works with A Tribe Called Quest. You know, there might be some kind of like connection there, and then he decided to do it because they were going to be on the show. But Tribe Called Quest, they're back, minus Fife Dog, of course. And we talked about this. You know, he passed away back in March, and tragic loss because, I mean, if you're a music fan, especially if you're a hip hop fan, to me, Tribe Called Quest is easily top 10 greatest of all time, if not top 5. I mean, they had those jazz rhythms and just the lyricism, the yin and yang between Q-Tip and Fife, because Q-Tip had more of the mellow voice. Q-Tip was a little more high pitch. You know, I kind of now seeing the group perform live, and they have to kind of play the recordings of Fife, you know, to kind of make it virtually like he's there. It just finally hit me what a tragic loss it is. And, you know, they had so much beef, and that's kind of why I was talking about, like, don't let, you know, misunderstandings and petty things get in the way. I mean, I remember one time Tribe Called Quest did a live show, and then they broke up. I mean, they broke up a few times since, I think 98 was their last major collab, you know, album. And I think at that point, Q-Tip did his own thing. I think Q-Tip's ego kind of got too big. People were probably putting a bug in his ear like, oh, you're really the heart of the group. And if I felt like he was the heart of the group, you know, and that's the kind of drama you expect in any kind of organization, any kind of, you know, collabo. Certainly in family, there's always drama because, you know, in a family especially, you don't want to keep score, but everybody does deep down inside. So it's one of those weird things where when you do something for someone you love, you know, you do things for the people you love, you go the extra mile for them. You don't want to keep reminding them of it and, you know, have a scoreboard. But there's a certain breaking point where you're finally get to that point where you're just like, okay, well, I feel like I'm doing all this and I'm not getting any kind of reciprocation. And that's kind of what was going on with Tribe Called Quest. But one of the beefs they had was so silly. It was all because they did a show, and they had a new track that they hadn't performed live yet. And what's his name? Shaheed Mohammed, I believe. They're a DJ / MC. Decided to just randomly play it at the end of the set, and they had been performing for over an hour. So of course they're exhausted, right? Because they're dancing and they're spitting the rhymes. I mean, it's a lot of work. And they start freestyling into it, and everything goes well. But apparently, Fife was really getting into this flow, and he was clearly still going, and Q-Tip cut him off. In the hip hop world, someone's spitting rhymes, you cut them off. It's disrespectful, right? You see these rap battles, you let the person do their thing, and then wait for your turn. It's like the rules of engagement. Urban logic. Someone has graffiti, you don't tag over it. That's disrespectful. That's beef. But it got blown out of proportion, and then they fell off. And really, Q-Tip's solo stuff was great. Fife's solo stuff was great, but it wasn't amazing like Tribe Called Quest. So the new song they have is called "We the People." It's very politically charged, very emotional. I want to pick up this album. I've been watching the videos. I gotta watch the whole Michael Rappaport documentary he came out with in 2011, I think it was 2012. I think it's called Beats, Rhymes, and Rhythm. It's the story of Tribe Called Quest. Apparently, when they premiered that in the Sundance Music Festival, Fife broke down. Like, at first he was like, "Oh, I loved it. I love to see how everybody reacts to it. It's so great to feel that love." And then people asked, like, someone in the audience asked, "Oh, well, why did you allow this to come out? When when the band is in a bad place right now?" And he broke down crying. He's like, "I wish Q-Tip was here to see all the love that we have. You guys just don't know." And like one of those things where he just couldn't get his words out. It was just minced words and just small snippets of ideas. There's so much passion there, and wherever there's passion, there's gonna be. The bad side of passion is sometimes there's that rage and that angst and that depression that sets in, because there's just so much energy there. You just gotta make sure it's channeled properly. And I guess all the greats suffer that, no matter what space you're in. But definitely, if you're an artist of any kind, it's not an easy thing. It's that hard balancing act of doing your life's work, being creative, and still being able to entertain. And then there's the business side of that, and those pursuits often take you in different directions. It's hard to balance that and also maintain those relationships. So you rarely see bands stick together for very long. They might have reunion tours, but the differences are sometimes too strong. Guns N' Roses comes to mind. Not that I'm saying Guns N' Roses is as great as Tribe Called Quest, but they are a guilty pleasure of mine. So there you go, some reflections. And Schmunkin is drunk right now. She's doing that thing where her head is falling down, like she's fighting it, like huh? What? Oh, what? You gonna knock this soda off my desk, dude. I know, it's good. Is that cold? Is that cold on your booty? You're just taking up so much space right now. I need a bigger desk. Bigger desk and a good computer chair. So I have figured it out. I am solo tonight, so this won't be a very long show. Keeping it free-flowing. But I do want to recommend that you join us on our Facebook group, or Facebook groups, and our Facebook page. Two different things. So we got the Facebook page, that's more news stuff, more serious stuff. We got the fun stuff too. And then we got the more community-driven stuff on the groups. Just look us up, Geeky Antics. Facebook.com/Geeky Antics, the page. And then we got the Geeky Antics Xbox and PC gaming community. We also have the fantasy sports and theory craft group, which for everything fantasy sports or theory crafting, and just sports period. Well, kitty, look what you did. Uh-oh. She knocked the pen off, and then she goes after it. Alright. Good luck. Kitty. You're so crazy, kitty. Yeah, we'll be probably doing some gaming after the show. Obi also wanted me to plug one of his esports team members, Zenric. Go visit him at twitch.tv/XEN as in Nancy, RIIC. Zenric. I like the spelling. So tonight in the show, folks, if you're wondering, we are gonna keep it short, more than likely, because food coma and I'm doing this solo. Probably won't be a very good combination. We're skipping NFL talk for sure. Let's talk video games. Might talk a little bit of, might do a little WWBW. If you don't know what that means, it's what we've been watching. Talk about some of the TV shows we've been watching. And if you didn't know, we do this show live on twitch.tv/Geeky Antics. Of course, you're watching on YouTube probably right now. We also have the audio podcast feeds on iTunes, Player FM, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Google Play. I mean, we're everywhere. We also play on allgames.com. All Games Radio Network, the folks that started G4 TV, the pioneers of the industry. I talk about IGN and Giant Bomb and all those folks, but All Games was doing it just as long, if not longer, than all those people. So make sure you give some love to our All Games family, allgames.com. But if you're new to the show, folks, this is HorsePLAY Live, and you are now part of the gang. That's right, you're part of the gang. What's the gang? Geeky Antics Network Global. It's the gang is basically what we lovingly call our community here at Geeky Antics. Hashtag Geeks Tonight, hashtag Modern Family, hashtag Top Star Esports, hashtag Strong Style Gaming, hashtag My Dick. What? Did I write that in there? Oh, I caught myself with that. Damn. Folks, this show is about you. Yes, you. The awesome geeks, gamers, and content creators to help us give a voice to the little guys and bring out the new things to shake things up. The folks that are shaking and moving, not just their booties, but just doing great things. They're just doing amazing things worth talking about. And, folks, HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play. And we are the flagship talk radio show for the Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com, Tangent Bound Network, TuneIn Radio, We Be Geeks, Stitcher, and more. Yeah, we got some good stuff going. Speaking of which, I got to reach out to the folks at We Be Geeks. We're supposed to be working on some collabos. And this show right here covers all aspects of geek culture, with special focus on indie and strategy games, technology, rants, issues geeks face, community events. We haven't been doing enough indie and strategy games recently, or even retro, or we do talk tabletop and retro gaming, but we gotta spread the love. We definitely do a lot of food talk. That's definitely a big part of this show. And another thing you should know, we are live and uncut. We're a late night show, so crazy things can and will happen. And the number one thing I would say is just go with it. We're just having fun. It's comedy. You can't really be pleasant and G-rated and be a good comedian or a good comedy platform. And I think that's what we are first and foremost. We're the comedy, then we have hobbies / video games, all that kind of stuff, like entertainment, movies and film, TV and film, whatever. We're number one comedy first. But we're just having fun. We're having a good time. We speak from the heart, and we're just raw and gritty with it. We're not just trying to be controversial, but we just let it flow. And we say sometimes the things that people don't want to say because they're worried about the PC police. Everybody's too concerned about what people think. Just be honest. Don't just try to kiss babies and shake hands and play it safe. And it's so boring. Have fun. Be yourself. You can't be you. What's the point? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So, hope that you enjoy this show. and stick along with us. And don't forget, HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. GMT on Twitch channel Geeky Antics, as I said earlier. I usually simulcast that on my channel, personal channel, YogiZilla. That's twitch.tv/YogiZilla. And that's basically there for the folks to have a crappy connection or our mobile devices, so we don't eat through your data. And HorsePLAY Replay is also available early on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern on the network that started it all. You know, All Games Radio Network. You know, I said that before. That's right. They're the big players, yo. So we got some news, and then, like I said, I'm really fighting the itis, so we probably just do a little bit of news, and I'm going to talk about what we've been playing, and we'll probably cut it right there. Maybe even talk about what I've been watching. We'll see. We'll see. And probably pick up where we left off next week. And by the way, by then, NFL Fantasy Football playoffs should be starting. No, week 12 this week, week 13, and then most leagues started on week 14 and then 15 and 16. Yeah, it's usually how it goes. So, folks, obligatory news and rants. Ding! That's look at it. What a great transition, right? Folks. StarCraft 2 Pro League has shut down. So no more esports scene for StarCraft 2. At least not on a global level. And I'm sure there'll still be tournaments and stuff. But Blizzard is moving on to other scenes. And esports is moving on. This is kind of sad, because I had hoped that StarCraft 2 could get enough love to develop into other things. If the esports moves on, I have to wonder if that means there's not going to be new content, so particularly from the community. Warcraft 3 was amazing because it had such a great competitive scene, and then people kept creating all these mods for it. Naruto Wars, Footy Wars, Workborough, Tower Defense, Mafuratsu, Ryoko, Tower Defense, Silent Hill Experience, Final Fantasy Open RPG, Jurassic Park, Night of the Living Dead Survival. I mean, the list goes on. And of course, the one we can't forget, Dota, Defense of the Ancients, which ultimately turned into Dota All-Stars, and then from there evolved into Dota 2 as a standalone game. So pretty much a lot of great things we see today would not be if it weren't for that mod community in Warcraft 3. A little known game that came out circa 2001, 2002, and it's still kind of going. In fact, I know they imported a lot of the assets from Warcraft 3 to StarCraft 2. Where are you going, kitty? Kitty. She's just rubbing on my feet. She just wants something. Okay, she moved. So, yeah, you know, the esports scene, you know, competitive gaming used to mean very nerdy things, right? Like real-time strategies and a lot of numbers crunching and silly stuff like that. Now it's shooters and MOBAs, which are more action-oriented and less about numbers crunching and APM and all that silly stuff. Not to downplay that, but you know, that's a lot of these old esports scenes used to just basically be about numbers crunching. You know, it came out to the math. Who's got better maths, yo? Beater Hat in the house. What's up? How was your Thanksgiving, bro? You at work or you home? Might need a co-pilot. I mean, this could be a short show, but it'd be nice to have one person, another voice besides my own. So if you wanna pop into the Discord, I got a cat playing with my finger. What you doing, kitty? So yeah, moving on. EA has confirmed that there will be more Titanfall in the future, in spite of their underperforming sales numbers. They've sold millions of copies, but they were expecting 9 million in sales. Now they lowered the projections to 6 million. Oh, whoop-de-doo. I think they're gonna be fine with all the Black Friday sales and people getting Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to jump in, yeah, 10 minutes sounds good. Probably gonna be on for another 20-30 minutes, so that'd be perfect. Trying to keep the show. I'm fighting the itis really hard, man. So I'm happy about that because I think Titanfall 2 is the best shooter that's been released. What are you doing, kitty? Oh. I'm like, what am I touching right now? She's cleaning herself and she's got like her leg up in the air and I'm touching her toes. Like, what is this? But, you know, cats still, I know I always get into this and I'm crazy, but I know I am. But this fascinates me. This is the concept of them just taking a bath where everyone. Can you imagine a human being just like randomly just taking a bath like doo 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 doo? Hey, don't mind me. Just so casually about it, right? It's great. They're just so free. Lucky. I just want to get naked and just start washing my balls. You know, just because I feel a little musty. Doo 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 doo. There we go. We're good. You know, oh, my armpits are not too fresh. Doo 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 doo. You know, why not? Back to the Titanfall stuff. Respawn Entertainment's Vincent Zampella, you know, one of the OGs of Call of Duty. Really, he's the guy that made Call of Duty. You know, one of the guys that made Call of Duty what it is. You know, he was behind the best Call of Duty in my opinion, Modern Warfare 2, and you could definitely see that Call of Duty flavor in Titanfall 2. Like, I think Titanfall 2 is going in the direction that Call of Duty was heading in before it became full of suck and cheaters. yeah, Titanfall. I said it earlier. My webcam's messed up, so I would love to say it was deliberate, the black and white, but nope. But it's better than nothing, I guess, right? Okay, let's check something real quick. But anyway, what else? So they're making it seem like even though Respawn hasn't confirmed there'll be more Titanfalls in the future, EA seems to be committed to it. I don't think they're gonna let them go anywhere. So I think there'll at least will be a Titanfall 3. And I'm guessing there's going to be a steady flow of content for Titanfall 2. They'll treat it like a platform in itself. The nice thing is that they got all the free maps that are coming out for Titanfall 2. And that's the way to go. We went from last generation, they were trying to push the online pass crap, and EA was particularly notorious for that. Because they didn't want people buying used games because they messed up their sales numbers, right? And now, you know, he had DLCs for everything, season passes for everything. Now we're going back to where it used to be and where it should be, where there's value added. Because it's become competitive again. And people are realizing, hey, I mean, we can't keep nickel and diming customers. They won't buy our games. That's right. Get people addicted. Let them play the game. Give them something to enjoy. Give them a great core product. And then they'll want to soup up, you know, they want to pimp their ride, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they'll buy the sexy sports car. And man, this thing drives well. It looks sexy. I like the stereo in there. But I want to pimp it out now. Let me add some extra cup holders and get some rims. That's some microtransactions. But you give them a great core product. If you give them a shitty, you know, shitty car, you know, can't really do shit with it. It's like, oh, but if you want, you know, you want to hit 100 miles per hour or more, you know, we could sell you an upgrade for that. Oh, do you want a stereo? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we get you know, there's a DLC for that too. Yeah, we got you. Titanfall is amazing, and I was gonna leave this for the deals for cheap bastards, but you could get Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 Deluxe. Both of the games, full versions with all the DLC, all the season pass, all that crap, for $75. So basically, you get them for half off, more or less, because they're usually $149.99, and it's actually more than 50% off. Wait, I can't do math right now. How about that? It's about 50% off. So instead of $150, you're paying $75. Yeah, that's 50%. Good lord. Plus tax, you gotta consider that too. It's a great deal though. Some people are like, damn, I should have waited for this deal, but you know, it happens. They're really trying to gun for Call of Duty with the doubleheader, so now they're selling Titanfall 2 and Battlefield as a package deal. It's smart. It's smart. People that were on the fence, if they have to think about it now, like, I don't know, $75 for $150 worth of content, it's a good deal. It's a pretty sweet deal. So good. So yeah, I love Titanfall 2. Even though I'm more of a tactical shooter kind of guy, I'm more of a boots on the ground kind of guy. It's just the way the game plays. It's so smooth, so seamless. The way you navigate the environments and the gunplay and the animations, just everything is just, dare I say, flawless. I play the new Call of Duties, and it just feels so off, you know? The last one I really enjoyed before all the cheaters ruined it was probably Black Ops 2. And even that, I was like, it's all this silliness now, dolphin diving, drop shotting. It's less about tactics and more about shenanigans, you know? So now Titanfall 2 has gone balls to the wall with the shenanigan, but it does it right. I don't know, the hit detection is on point. All the weapons are significant. You know, Call of Duty, there's so many throwaway weapons. It's like, ultimately, everybody's running the same guns, the same loadouts. It's whack. You see so much variety in Titanfall 2. People running different Titans and different loadouts. It's great. You know? And I'm not that good in these fast-paced Switch kind of shooters, but I hold my own in Titanfall 2. It's competitive by design. It eases the new players in, and the dedicated players can attain some level of mastery. It's a good balance. They did a good job, and you feel like you're constantly progressing. You know, that's another thing. So another game that I want to talk about. Alright. I'm going to talk about a company that I think doesn't get enough love, and a few other games actually. First off, Rainbow Six Siege, because we just got Operation Red Crow. Talked about a little bit last week in episode 153, HorsePLAY Live, this show that you're listening to right now, if you didn't catch on. And now they got another update just a few days ago that addresses just a little. It's like an incremental, little supplemental update, a little patch, a little swizzle swazzle to address some of the bugs and exploits that were going on. They're constantly. What are you doing, kitty? What are you doing? Oh no, that's mine. You cannot have my headphone cord. So I'm like moving the cord around, and she's trying to get it. No, kitty, no. So yeah, and one of the things they did, because I didn't catch this when they rolled out the Season 4 update for Siege, I think they did this with the incremental. They disabled kick vote, or vote kick, whatever you want to call it, in ranked. Thank God. Yes! That's all I can say. Yes! I saw that, and the patch was like, yes. I've been asking for this in the forums. I've been tweeting them, emailing them, everywhere I could. I was like, look, this voting to kick stuff, there's no benefit to it. There really isn't. The people that vote to kick players are usually trolling, they're raging, you know, they just want to punish the guy for having a bad round or going AFK a round. But this is the thing. You kick someone in ranked, that person's out of the match. They can't come back in. They can't play the game for 15 minutes, so that fucks them over. And you are guaranteed to be playing down a person. Guaranteed. Alright, so someone might, their counter argument might be, what about their team killing? Well, if they're team killing, that's the exception. Except, you know what? You don't need to vote to kick them, because when they team kill, the game automatically kicks them. And there's an escalating punishment for that. So, it's pointless. Though there are some issues with the automatic kicking that they need to address, but the voting to kick, there was so much trolling. I've been in ranked games where there were people, 2 or 3 people together, voting to kick other players out just because they could, just trolling. Oh, let's just play down 2 or 3 guys. We can win this by ourselves. Stupid. What? Do you not have anything better to do? Seriously? It's like a football team just saying, let's just fire all our quarterbacks. We don't need a quarterback. We can just toss the ball to ourselves. Fuck it. Right? Yeah. Why not? Oh, kicker? We don't need that either. I'll kick it. Let's have the running back kick the ball. Yeah. He doesn't have any training, but why not? We're that good. The arrogance, I tell you. By the way, speaking of Rainbow Six Siege, December 1st is the last day you can get in on the Year 1 Season Pass. So make sure you jump on that if you want to get those spiffy, limited edition skins. Apparently, that's the only... If you don't get it now, you won't be able to ever get those awesome uniforms. So if you want that cool unicorn hat, or, you know, the brony tail, better jump on it, son. Those are not really things, but they should be.
Yeah, sign me up for that.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that, right?
Yeah.
What's up, bro? I miss you.
Not much. Yo, it's been quite a while, Yogi. It's been quite a while.
I was beginning to feel unloved, man. I was like, man, Taylor doesn't send me postcards. He doesn't send me dick pics anymore. What's up, man? I thought we were cool.
Shit's been crazy, man. It's been a whole lot of just life. But yeah.
I feel ya. I've had those moments too. I mean, I had I think you remember a few months ago, I wasn't even gaming at all. So all the conversations were about life and TV shows. It's kind of boring. I was like, damn, I haven't really been gaming.
I played Super Mario Maker for 20 minutes today, and I played Salt and Sanctuary for half an hour on a plane ride from Disney this past week, and that's all I've done in the last, since I streamed last.
No Hearthstone?
I didn't have internet access on the plane, and I haven't touched the mobile because my data cap, I've been right up against it for the last 3 weeks, so.
Data caps. Don't get me
started. I went to Disney. Oh, it's my mobile data cap. I mean, I'm fine with cell phones having data caps. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, mobile is fine, but
yeah,
local internet, broadband.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. They finally upped my cap, by the way.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, after arguing with them for around a year, and they kept telling me, basically you're using the internet wrong. 300 gigs is more than enough, you know. Yeah, you could, you know how many web pages you could load with 300 gigs? You could download so many pictures and access all the bulletin boards, all the Usenet groups you want. You can send so many emails. There's no way you could reach that cap. Sure. If we went back to 1995, sure.
Let's stream one 4K episode of House of Cards, and there goes your cap.
Yeah, 4K. We are so not ready for 4K. My God, the moment that becomes a standard thing, the internet will implode.
That's 4K is... No, the infrastructure isn't there. As soon as if we roll out fiber everywhere to replace all of the copper, maybe.
And that's the thing. That kind of expenditure, the execs are not going to give up their beefy paychecks. You know, and
they were already paid to have done that. They were supposed to have.
I know. But it went to fund the golden parachutes, and so they could take long, lavish vacations. That's important.
This is a conversation we've had a couple of times now.
Yep, I know.
Let's talk about something more fun.
I know.
The $60 Nintendo box.
Oh boy, that people are selling for $5K on eBay. Yeah.
That as soon as January comes around, you'll be able to buy 6 of them.
Yep.
For at retail or less because they're just trying to get them off the shelves
Yep.
because the novelty's already worn off.
People think they really think this is gonna be the next Wii, where you won't be able to find them, so you have to buy them up in droves when you can and stock up on them for the winter ahead. Winter is coming. Stock up on your NES Classic.
I want one. I'm not going to say that I don't. I'd be lying to you if I said, no, I don't want one. Yeah, I want a little Nintendo box on next to my TV. Would I just rather buy a Raspberry Pi and have my friend 3D print one out for me instead? I'm debating.
Yeah. The prices on 3D printers have come down a bit too.
My buddy's got one, and
How big is it?
I'm not sure. It's not the maker one. It's one of the smaller ones.
Because I've been looking. My wife out of nowhere said, "How much is a 3D printer?" Because she's been kind of playing with the idea of opening up an Etsy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the stuff you find that's cool, people are just doing 3D printing on it. The quality isn't super great, but people buy it up. So
It's a fun toy to have. It's definitely something I'm thinking of purchasing, but yeah.
it'd be
It's
neat.
just more fun little toys to have. Like I
Yeah.
bought a drone.
Did you?
Oh yeah. Best Buy was clearing out those 3DR solos. Better believe I bought one. $400 for a $1,500 drone. I'm in.
So when you throw it up in the air, do you go UAV activated?
No, I just fly it around my neighborhood right now.
Do you attach a bucket of shit to it?
It can only carry up to 1 pound.
Okay, so you need about
So-
a half a pound turd and then a half a pound bucket to carry it in. That's doable.
I've been trying to. I'm gonna make a 1 pound water balloon and drop it on my buddy because I threatened to drone strike his house. So I figure that's the easiest way to go.
Oh, that's great. How soon until people start water ballooning each other, except the water is not water?
I think I'll have to go back and look at it, but in the actual rules, you have to agree to when registering your drone. I think you're not supposed to
Urinate on people?
use the drone as a weapon. Use it to weaponize. So, like, dropping water balloons would be a weapon.
Yeah.
There was a fucking idiot here in Connecticut that attached a gun to one of them.
Oh, boy.
He attached a flamethrower to one, too.
Oh, boy. I mean, you could weaponize it, just don't put it in the air, because then, what is it, the FAA has control, right? Like
It just breaks FAA laws completely.
Yeah,
Which there's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch you have to go through to even register your drone. If you're going to make any money off of it commercially, you have to take a specific class for it. So I've been thinking about it because if you monetize your YouTube channel, that is making money commercially with drone footage. So you can get in deep shit for that, actually. I think that's one of the reasons why Casey Neistat might have pulled out of daily vlogging as much.
Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I think he may have gotten a cease and desist from the FAA.
Yeah, see. And there's already so much politics involved with YouTube as it is. It's like, ugh.
You could sit down from when he got the drone to probably when the GoPro Karma launched last month. Almost every one of his videos involving a drone, he breaks at least one law, one FAA law with the drones. He's flying in New York City, which all of New York City is no-fly zone.
Yeah, yeah.
He's flying above people. That's a no-no. He's flying well above 400 feet. Nope. He's a great marketer and spokesman for DJI, though. He probably sold more drones with his videos than, I don't know, they sold prior with any of their advertising.
And that's why everything's heading towards influencer marketing. I mean, it's part of what I do, coordinating those deals, doing the PR side of it. Because, no one gives a shit about an ad anymore. We tuned them out. Ad blocker and ADD kicks in. We go take a shit and then come back when it's done.
Now, when you DVR a show and you fast forward through the commercials, wouldn't it be smart for a company to have a static bottom third with just the product and the branding in the bottom third that doesn't move, so that when you're skipping ahead, the commercial itself will move, but the ad itself, the core ad in the bottom, doesn't?
Yeah, yeah. They had tried that a few times. They would need to restructure the whole setup, because there's so many exclusivity deals and then there's double dipping. They would have to rebuild the whole media buying platform from the ground up.
Yeah. It would definitely change the value of ads because...
Exactly, because you're devaluing certain things, and then you would also have to change the value proposition to the consumer. Like, hey, you can have this box. If you want the completely ad-free experience, you have to pay this premium. People will want to pay that.
Wasn't that what cable was initially?
Yep.
Like, if I remember correctly, when cable first launched, the whole purpose was all these channels are commercial-free, but you're paying extra for it.
Right, and now, because they're losing subscribers because they're too expensive, and they're nickel and diming the consumers, and they're overpaying their executives, no trickle-down economy.
It always comes back to this.
I know, but that's the thing.
Down when they die.
Dude, that's the root cause of it all. But now they have to put advertising in there to supplement the lost revenue.
Yeah, come on.
It's crazy.
Product placement alone makes them enough money.
Yeah. I mean, the big brands can afford to throw millions of dollars on shit, even if it's not working. I mean, they know, every huge corporation knows 50% of their marketing works. They don't know which 50%.
Yeah.
And 50% is very generous. It's more like 1%. To get a 1% return, that's a good year. It's a good quarter. Yeah, so crazy. Crazy, man.
That's what I got my degree in. I studied that shit. I know. Advertising is highly effective, but you don't know what's effective when.
It's crazy. I still think we should probably do a marketing show. But you also got like was it industrial design or graphic design you did?
It was graphic design with a
you did like an MBA.
Focus fine arts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
MFA in graphic design, mainly focused in advertising.
MFA, MBB, what's the no? BAMF. Yeah, that's the one you need. That's the one.
Something like that.
BAMF. That's the best degree to get. Like, yo, I'm BAMF.
You need a bachelor's, then a master's, something fine arts, yeah.
Just badass motherfucker.
That too. I already got that.
BAMF. And BAMF. It rolls off the tongue pretty well. Dude, I'm glad you came here, because I meant to, in my opening monologue, I meant to talk about my best Thanksgiving experience. You know, I've been up since really early with the wife, and it's been crazy. I tell you.
Let me tell you how long I've been awake for.
I love you.
I got up at, let's see, we got to bed last night at 5 this morning.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
It got me.
We got to bed. We got to bed at 5 after we finished finally cooking. Because we just got back from Disney on Tuesday. Took the kids vacation. It was fun. But we just got back, and then we had to immediately start prepping for Thanksgiving. So that was last night until wee hours this morning. The baby boy did not sleep at all.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Well, a trip to Disney is going to seriously fuck up a 2-year-old, so he was not having it. He was not sleeping. So I've been running since probably yesterday, I'd say, with just no sleep, lots of cooking, lots of food, but the cheese sauce was a success.
Oh, cheese. Yeah, I mean, had cheese. Well, you know, I have a similar story, but the best part about it was when I finally got to sit down. Because every time I was going to sit down all day, you know, I hear someone calling me. And, you know, everybody that's close to me, you know, even my family, they call me Yogi. It's my nickname. It's just stuck. It's a term of endearment. So I just hear, Yogi! I'm like, oh my God. Like, I got half a butt cheek down. It's like, getting back up. Like, my glutes are really in shape today, I'm telling you. But when I finally got to sit down to eat, and of course I'm the last one to fix up my plate because I'm trying to clean up dishes and tidy up as we go along, so it's not a huge chore at the end. Because, you know, by the time you have to itis, you're done, right?
Yeah.
And there's still more cleaning up to do, so I don't even want to think about that right now. But I finally get to sit down to eat. And I have, you know, you gotta have the little dinner rolls or your Hawaiian rolls or your brownies, whatever you have, whatever kind of bread you have with all the food. I got my Hawaiian roll. I got 2 of them. And I actually thought I was, you know, biting into it, right? So, you know, I get some rice, some mac and cheese, you know, some turkey, some ham, you know, a little bit of everything, and then nom, 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 nom. Take a little bite of my bread, you know, mix it all up and chew it. It's like, it's all the flavors, all the savory flavors, and the sweets and the salties and the cranberry sauce and all that. Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm just, you know, I took a few bites, you know, like, it kept doing that, rinse and repeat. And then I look over my biscuit, my Hawaiian roll, rather, and I'm freaking out. And I just, like, I'm just staring at it like, what the hell? My roll did not have a single bite mark. My mind was fucking blown. I was like, what have I been eating this whole time?
I think was it all just hanging out the side? Did I squeeze the roll and everything just kind of spurted out? I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. It was trippy as fuck.
That sounds wild.
I think I had a micro nap while eating, and I dreamt that I was eating the biscuit.
Oh, I've done that before. I had this one morning. I had the most absurd dream. I dreamt, this was back in high school. I was living in my parents' basement. I dreamt that I woke up, walked upstairs, and made myself an English muffin.
Oh,
sat there, waited for it to toast, and ate it. That was the whole thing. That was the dream.
And then I fucked up your schedule the rest of the day?
I woke up and I was like, you know what, that's a really good idea. So I went and did exactly that.
Don't tell me.
Bizarre.
Okay, I thought you were going to give me like an M. Night Shyamalan twist, and then you say, then I realized that me waking up and doing that was actually a dream too.
Oh, no. I've never had one of those dream within a dream scenarios.
It's fucked up, dude.
I've personally never experienced that.
I think my longest chain may have been like 15 of those in a row.
Some Inception level shit there.
Dude, it's fucked up. Especially when you're having like a nightmare level dream and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna escape this time. I'm still dreaming!
Fucking Freddy Krueger shit going on.
Dude, and like, one time in particular I remember, it just kept getting worse and worse every time. Like, ugh, man, some dark shit, man. I noticed that tends to happen if I go to bed and I like don't give, maybe I ate something a little too heavy and I don't give enough time to digest. That's when I have like the worst dreams. Like, don't do that. Like, try to run it off or at least sit around and let it digest before you go to sleep.
See, I've never experienced that either. Food has never affected my my dreams.
So you've never gone to bed on like a really full stomach?
Oh, I've gone to bed on a full stomach. I've eaten like full meals and then just passed out. Never affected my dreams.
Okay, but I'm not saying a nap. I'm saying like full on sleep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then you're lucky, man. 'Cause that shit caused some wicked dreams. Crazy. So anyway, back to news.
Back to news. What kind of news you got for me?
I've been talking about the Ubisoft stuff. I don't know if you're big on the Ubisoft. I feel they get a bad rep, but they're doing some things right now, some good things.
I've heard a lot of good things about Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, that's another one.
I mean, that's one of those things that, because of how bad Watch Dogs 1 was, they had to step it up for 2.
Yeah.
They had to. Because if they didn't, then no one's going to buy an Ubisoft game again.
Wow, I can't say that because I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. Unless someone else picks up Tom Clancy. You know.
I mean, the first-person shooter market is, or the shooter market in general is so oversaturated anyway.
And yet, there's nothing like Rainbow Six Siege out there. Nothing like it.
Yeah, there is. CSGO.
No. I play CSGO. It's close, but at the end of the day, Siege is very different. It's on a whole different level.
It's a similar squad-based experience with. I really.
It's in the same arena.
Yeah, I want to buy Rainbow Six Siege. I will at some point, but the problem is on PS4. I don't know. I don't have many friends that play anything anymore. So it's just a matter of finding people to play with, because that game seems like Overwatch, it would be a chore to play with randoms.
Yeah. What can I say? Because I do agree with Overwatch. I don't like playing with randoms that much. But see, it's interesting because in Overwatch, I don't care enough if I keep losing. So, like, it's one of those weird games that even when I'm losing, I'm having a good time, me personally. But if you're really competitive going to Overwatch, then playing with randoms, yeah, it's a pain in the ass because no one picks the heroes you really need. They just pick their favorite hero. Like, oh, we have a Roadhog, Winston, and we got
3 Hanzos.
A Reinhardt. Hey, I think we need another tank. Oh yeah, more realistically, yeah, they'll see there's a Hanzo, and then 2 other people will pick Hanzo. Like, oh yeah, I like him too. Okay, great.
It's like, yo, I'm gonna show this guy how much better I am with Hanzo than he is.
Yep. But no, I have it on PC too, so that might be an option. So
Yeah.
I wish we both had an Xbox One to play together.
I'm still avoiding putting Windows 7 on my iMac because I don't want to play MMOs.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I love them too much. I love them too much to be responsible with it.
It's a slippery
So
slope.
I
I know. That's
I
why
keep myself
I really haven't come back to Elder Scrolls Online, even though I have a super active guild that I created on there that my brother's running now. I'm like, it's a time sink, and not the good time. It's the kind of time sink you can't get away from.
Yeah, like I know damn well if I put 7 on there, I'm gonna download Aeon again, and it's gonna be over. So I accept the limitations that I have, and I just enjoy it.
Yep. Well, one thing I can say, Rainbow Six Siege is gonna go on a ridiculously low, like super duper sale. Like, the price is gonna be lower than it probably ever will be. Well, maybe not ever, but I hear that it's gonna be under $10 at Target. It's gonna be literally in the bargain bin.
I'll pick that up if it's that price.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. To me, it's a no-brainer at $20, $30, but $10 or less, like, what are people thinking about it? There's nothing, can't get that kind of quality anywhere else for that price.
It's like when I bought Duke Nukem Forever for $2.
Totally worth it. I bought it at full price, and I still, I didn't regret it completely. I mean, it opens up with the blowjob scene. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Here's the thing with that game. It wasn't as bad as every review said it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It really didn't deserve to be as panned as it got. Because it wasn't a bad game. It was dated. It was real dated.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was supposed to come out 12 years ago or so.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if I remember correctly, it ran on the Borderlands 1 engine. Whatever engine that was, Gearbox just kind of slapped Duke Nukem on that and ran with it. And that was a so-so engine to be using, because whatever they did with Borderlands 2 was infinitely better.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a bad game, and that's the thing. If you pay $2 for something, you're going to get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
No matter what. You can
Absolutely.
just take the disc. You can take the disc, use it as a coaster, throw it at your wall. It's still going to be fun.
Yeah, people weren't fair to that game.
No, they weren't.
It's like they forgot it was in development hell forever, I almost felt like I had to support it.
Yeah. Speaking of development hell, Final Fantasy 15 finally comes out.
Didn't that release already? Could have sworn some people playing.
29th. Early releases might be out.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
29th, you gonna get it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. See, the thing, because I'm one of those weird gamers that mainly sticks to online. Like, my gaming is my time to be social, and then I go back to hating the world. So I never really get around to play single-player games. They just go on my wall of shame.
See, that's the opposite for me. I've been more interested in single-player.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to the games I buy on console. Been more interested in a single-player story as opposed to something online, because I can always just fire up Gmod or fire up Terraria and be like, hey, friends, come play. And people will come and play. But I want a story if I'm sitting down in front of my TV. And Final Fantasy 15 finally coming out. I think I'm gonna have to pick that up. I mean, shit, I've been hyped for that game since I was 19.
For me, it's on my to-get list for sure.
Mm.
It's not the to-get immediately. Because I know I won't get around to it right away, and I'm going to feel super guilty about it. But I'm one of those weird people that loved 13 and 13 too. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, you can burn me at the stake if you want. Shoot darts in my face.
I'm going to join you on 13. I didn't like 13-2 because I didn't like the Pokemon aspect of it.
I was thrown for a loop because I kept playing that game. I'm like, all right, I like this Pokemon thing, but at what point do I actually get to create my party and meet people to add to my team? Oh, The Pokemon thing is my party. Oh.
Yeah. Well, did you ever play Tales of Symphonia?
Yeah, I don't remember that well, but I do remember playing that. Yeah.
It was probably the best RPG that was on the GameCube. One of the best in the Tales of franchise. My personal favorite. They released a sequel to it that was just on the Wii. And it had the same monster collecting aspect. And I can see what these companies were doing with it. But no, stop that. And again, 13 was criticized too heavily because the reviewers wanted the second coming of Final Fantasy VII, which will never happen.
I wonder if it was an open world game from the start, like less linear, because I'm tired of all the freaking people that they all jumped to the bandwagon. Oh, it's a corridor, it's a hallway simulator. Oh, shut up.
That pissed me off. They all decided to pull that same. They all touted that same fucking line. They just threw it out there, and everyone just ate it up. When if you actually played the game, based on the story, that is, if you're a pariah being hunted by everyone in the city, you're not going to be exploring the city.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like being mad at a fucking cowboy movie for not involving aliens in outer space. It's not what it is.
Now, it would have been cool, because once you finally get to a certain point, you get access to that huge area, and that becomes kind of open world. But it's just a shame, by the time you get to that, it's like there's no real incentive to really grind that out and explore, because you're at the end of the game.
I disagree, because you're not at the end of the game. If you go back and play it again, that is the end. That's mid-Act 2 that happens.
Is it?
That is mid-Act 2.
Because I remember grinding it out a bit. But I remember...
We'll go a little spoiler into Final Fantasy 13 if you are interested in playing it.
Well, wait.
Or skip ahead.
You fight... The last boss you fight is that giant face, right?
Yeah, you fight Orphan.
Orphan, yeah.
But once you get to Pulse...
I must be remembering it wrong. Okay.
Once you get to Pulse...
Uh-huh.
You have to then go back into... Shit, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the planet.
It's the one with those... You're talking about the place with the giant, like, turtle-like creatures that can stomp on you and kill you instantly?
Yeah, that's Pulse. That's the planet. And then there's the moon that everyone lives on, the fucking colony that's run by Orphan. Or Bartandalus, or Bartholomew, or something like that. Bartandalus, I think it was. But you go back there, and you have to fight your way through now that you've kind of more unlocked your abilities as a lessee and accepted your role as a pariah, but also as the savior of the people that are imprisoned on there, basically, by Orphan. So it may be more towards the end of Act 2, but all of Act... Well, it's mid-Act 2, because the last half of Act 2 is exploring Pulse, and then you can just go wherever you want on Pulse. You go back into the other planet, and it's, if I'm remembering correctly, a pretty decent stretch through to get to the final boss from there.
Yeah, I remember that being pretty lengthy, yeah. I'm just saying, I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate because people were complaining that it should have been opened up sooner. They wanted more of that freedom. But I guess they don't understand that there was such a... I see what you're saying. Like, I feel the same way. They were really trying to tell a very specific story, and they wanted to control the experience, so they had to make it on rails for the most part.
Yeah, it was story. It was narrative. It was very hand-holdy, but it's debatable whether or not it was a good story. I liked it. I know a lot of people who didn't.
I liked it too. And I love the battle system. I love that battle system. The paradigms.
Here's the problem with the battle system. You cannot go and pick that game up after not playing for a couple of months. At all.
You'll get wrecked. Yep.
I did it a while back. I was like, I still have some... I was looking at my trophy list, and I was like, I have some unfinished stuff to do in 13. I can go in there and bang it out. I go in there for an hour. I'm like, I don't remember how the battle system even works. So I'm in there just getting wrecked by everything. I'm like, you know what? I'm either going to start a new game or I'm going to play something else. So I put the controller down and went and did something else. Because
I think one day I'm going to go back to it and play that open area and just try to kill everything that kicked my ass before. Because I did skip a few things.
Oh, it's not easy.
I know.
Because you have to go through and you have to beat them in order to get the ultimate weapons, which I never did. That's one of the few Final Fantasies that I didn't absolutely crush.
Yeah, see, I felt so compelled to find out how the game ends that I didn't want to grind. I wanted to get straight to the end as soon as possible. Because normally, I'll just keep going through the rinse and repeat loop. You know, click, 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 kill, 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 loot, 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 rinse and repeat. You know? Yeah. I was like, no, let's go to fight the boss. Let's go.
For me, it was a compelling story. I thought it was really good. I thought they did a better job with that than they did with 9.
I love the characters too. I really enjoyed the characters. They had a very diverse cast, and for me, the novelty was even greater because it was one of the first. Actually, yeah, it was the first time Final Fantasy went multi-platform. You know.
Yeah.
So that was a huge deal because I played it on the 360. And it's like that alone, and I got the special edition with all the box art. Like that was a huge deal for me. I remember that was one of the few games I went for a midnight release for, and it was such a huge deal. Like, and I was looking at everybody and said, "These are the Final Fantasy fans. Pretty cool."
Oh yeah, that was. No, I think the last game I did midnight release for was Bloodborne, but yeah, I used to go to the midnight releases for a bunch of games.
I don't know anymore. I hate people.
Once I realized you can go to Walmart at midnight and get it as well, I just started doing that.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, I like when they do the fanfare because sometimes you get some free swag. And I do enjoy the conversation you have with people, you know, and then you might trade gamer tags or whatever and handles, and, you know, it's cool. The camaraderie is really worth it. But time is such a luxury, the commodity we don't really have to spare. It's like you're waiting an hour, 2 hours to get a game that you could just have shipped to you directly or get through digital and then have it unlock at time. It's like, damn, we're so spoiled now, and I'll be the first to admit it. I'm such a lazy fuck now.
I like going in person.
Yeah, it's an experience. I'm with you, man. I need to push myself to do it more.
I mean, I do a lot of Amazon shopping. That's because everyone does. You'd be stupid not to jump on half those deals.
Yeah,
but
20% off right off the bat for new releases.
I mean,
I guess that. Yep.
Yeah, can't argue it. But there's a lot of places that'll just straight up price match it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
And as long as you get a sales manager that doesn't have a stick up his ass, because a lot of that stuff is discretionary power, you know. You get that one sales manager, it's like, well, your policy says this. Well, you know what? I have the final say, so fuck you. It's like, okay, well, I'll never come back here. I'm going to write you a nasty Yelp review. How about that?
Ooh.
I'm going to tweet you.
That'll show them.
Yeah, that's right.
Tweet angrily at corporate.
I'm a social media influencer, sir. I am in cahoots with a major media outlet. I got connections. I'll Facebook.
Well, your connections should have gotten you. Connections should have gotten you the game first.
Well, that thing's becoming a thing in the past. I mean, we used to get a lot of review copies, and now they're cutting that shit out.
I don't blame them.
Even for the YouTubers and Twitch streamers, they're starting to cut that shit out.
I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah. You know,
I mean,
what can you do?
shipping out. Here's Tiny Build did for this game. Final Station came out earlier this year, and what they did was they shipped out demos to people. Just basically like the first 20 minutes of the game or first half an hour of the game.
Demo this.
And if
I like it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to that.
Yeah.
Because a streamer plays. You get a variety streamer to run through the first section of your game. You give them a little press release to talk about the game beforehand.
Yep.
Play the game. Tell them when they can get it after. It's going to be better than a review copy anyway.
Yeah. Every one of these deals should be structured in a very open format so they can hit as many outlets as possible. You know, give more people access. Still control it to a degree so people can feel like, oh, yeah, I could be one of the first to report it. You know, there is something to say about timeliness. But I agree. Control how much they could play of it and, you know, give them an NDA or just say, hey, you could do video if you want on this, whatever, we don't care. But here are the talking points we would like you to say. These are the buzzwords we would like you to have. You know, they always do that. They give you, like, images and, you know, all the legalese stuff. Just package it nicely. But, you know, if you limit how much they could play, you don't have to worry about, well, you know, people already saw the game or they saw it on this YouTube and now they don't want to buy it. But at the same time, the flip side of that is have confidence in your product. If you really, like, I think a lot of it is people know they have shipped products, things that are incomplete, broken, and they don't want people to find out until they already made a commitment with the money. You know, because the returns are not really reflected in those sales numbers.
I think that is... I'm going to say I think that's part of it. Part of it is how widely varied the PC market is when it comes to what specifications your system could have. There's no way they can test bench all of it for their games.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's...
But again, that's something you could cover in the marketing copy and say, hey, make sure when you write a review or you talk about this, provide this disclaimer or something to this effect. You know, before I get into my review, I have to say that, you know, this is a pre-alpha build and it's not tested on all platforms, so that could impact blah 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 blah. You know, there's ways to cover your ass.
Yeah. Which again, that's what Tiny Build is doing right now with Hello Neighbor. They're the guys that did Punch Club. They're doing it. They seem to be doing everything the right way right now. They seem to be, as far as like an indie dev is going, they're really kind of an example of how it should be done going forward, since games journalism is dead.
Yeah.
It has been for at least 2 years.
Yeah. I think it's not so much dead. It's just now it's a pivot point, and it needs to become something else. They need to embrace a different model. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's called Twitch.
And not even just that. It's just a revenue model, right? Like, I consider us a media outlet, and we do have journalists. But I wouldn't say we are a journalism platform. That's like a byproduct of everything else we do. Because, you know, we're not really doing the investigative reporting. We're not trying to be the first to report something, right? Because that's just a race that's not even worth getting into. Because that's the thing that these traditional media outlets, these journalists try to go for, is be the first to report something, you know, play this thing and become a chore, and get out the review before anyone else does, right? So they can get all the ad revenue off the impressions. That model stinks. No matter what kind of traffic you're getting.
Why do you think that games that are short get so much praise from the games journalists? Games like Firewatch. Games like, what is it? I'm trying to blank. Well, I'll use Firewatch as the example for one, and then I Am Setsuna for another one.
But Titanfall 2 is getting slammed. I mean, it's getting critical acclaim, but people are still slamming it. The campaign is too short. Like, get out of here. But you're right.
People are going to... The shorter the game, the more the reviewers are going to praise it because they can get the game done under their belt, review out, paid for the day, in less time than it'll take to beat the first boss in Dark Souls.
Yep. And, you know, I feel the value is in having a unique opinion, a different perspective, a different experience. Because everything's been homogenized, right? Everything's pretty much the same. It's the content that's buried beneath all the, you know, clickbait bullshit, the content farm bullshit, and all the big brands. That's the quality stuff. So there's going to be a paradigm shift, and it's going to turn the model upside down. It's already happening with the influencer marketing. People are realizing, hey, these people are actually passionate. Hey, they're not just selling out to, you know, pay the bills. You know, selling out is not fair because, unfortunately, like...
Here's the thing. In life, you have to make money.
Yeah, exactly. This
The
whole
term
thing...
selling out is only if you're selling something that you yourself don't believe in.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, the whole thing about... The whole stigma that, you know, oh, you shouldn't make a living doing something you love. If you truly love it, you'll do it for free. Well, keep that mentality. You'll be homeless.
Yeah.
You know, there's still ways to do that and have integrity and credibility. The problem is that a lot of these brands come from a place where they were the first to market. They grew too fast, too soon. So now that they're in this awkward place, they don't know how to replicate their success because, truth be told, they got there through sheer dumb luck or just good timing. That's just the way it is in any kind of business venture, any kind of new space. This is a basic marketing truth, you know. A lot of the successes out there are purely good, dumb luck or just timing. It had nothing to do with who had the best product, you know. As people would like to think.
That's true, because if that were the case, stuff like Attack of the Show would have continued on.
Yep.
And not be produced in the basement in Southern California now, being funded solely by Kevin Pereira doing other TV shows. Because that product was what Twitch and YouTube are every day. 10 years ago.
And the irony of that, too, is that we're on the network that started G4 TV.
And
what up, All Games? Yeah, it's unfortunate.
If you watch do you watch The Attack? Have you seen that channel?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I mean, what he's doing, because it's basically just Kevin Pereira running the whole show, it's everything that, all the best of what G4 was before Comcast bought it. Like you have your morning scramble, which is just the machinima stuff that they did. You have it's just a brilliant level of nonsense.
And don't get me wrong, there's still a place for the traditional stuff, even though I'm a rebel marketer, you know. I like competition. I like it to be balanced. Because if everybody says going to the stuff that's working for our smaller brands, then it fucks up our shit. So, play in your corner.
It's a constant evolution. It's a ebb and flow.
It is.
Something's going to work. Something's going to work on one side. Everyone's going to move over there, and then the smart people will move over to something else. And then that'll start working, and then everyone will move over to that. That's life.
See, the good thing about the way social media works right now is that the big brands know that there's a different way to do it. They just don't want to do it because that involves, you know, a lot of legal pitfalls, and they gotta be friendly and personable and approachable. And that's it. It's better just to just throw money at things. There you go. Eventually, it'll sort itself out. So yeah, it's self-checking right now. This is automatically regulating itself. By the way, back to the news. This is like the longest news segment ever.
Back to the news. Well, at what point do we ever actually follow the
Yeah, I know.
show notes?
But we're like so close to it. I might as well just finish it now. But Ubisoft. So there's the Thanksgiving Thanksgiving challenge right now in Rainbow Six Siege. You get a turkey drumstick charm for your weapons, or a football helmet. I really want the turkey drumstick because it's got a smiley face on it, and it's very anime, just cutesy with a little dotty, little small beady eyes, and you just want to hug it and then eat it. It's great.
You have problems.
You want this game badly, don't you? I know. I sold you on it with that. Don't lie.
That means I'd have to buy it now. Set my system to California time and play in order to get that.
I don't know how long they're doing it for. I think it's hopefully still going, because I'm only like 6 matches away from getting the happy drumstick.
What are you doing
20
wasting
matches.
your time?
I know, right? Right after the show, I'm gonna jump on there. Another Ubisoft game. And by the way, if you want more details about Rainbow Six Siege, Season 4 content, the new operators for Operation Red Crow, all the game fixes, rebalancing, and all that good stuff, go over to geekyantswer.net/blog. We did a nice write-up on it. Check it out. We're big fans of this game. It's a big community thing for us. Another game that's making a resurgence is The Division, which just released survival mode. And it's funny because I'm kind of hating myself for loving this as much as I do, because I really think it's awesome. But I have to admit, it's like been done to death. It's Don't Starve. It's Rust, Ark, Minecraft. Collecting materials, crafting stuff, surviving, all sorts of. What?
That is the hotness right now, though.
It is the hotness. It is, and I'm falling for it.
It's a mechanic that hasn't been used really up until recently. It's the same thing that fucking zombies were 8 years ago. Everything had zombies in it. Everything.
Zombies still going strong now. It's probably the only thing as far as I'm concerned, that keeps Call of Duty interesting. Otherwise, I'm like,
Modern Warfare 3 had the AI that you fought against. I think it was Modern Warfare 3.
I don't remember the Modern Warfare 3 zombies mode.
It wasn't a zombie mode because it wasn't a Treyarch game. But it had like a horde mode basically, and that was infinitely more fun for me than any of the zombies games.
Yeah, I don't remember the AI mode in Modern Warfare 3. Huh. I have to go back to that.
I have vivid memory of sitting in my friend's condo playing the horde mode. There were 3 of us, and we were passing the controllers around.
Yeah, I vaguely recall it, but I can't. It's like very fuzzy for some reason. Though I have to say, Modern Warfare 3 was one that people slammed a lot after the fact, but I really enjoyed it.
I don't really enjoy the Call of Duty games. I played Black Ops 2 because when Mag died, I needed a first-person shooter to give me that multiplayer versus feeling, and it worked for a little while, but the campaign mode was just the worst action movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's big dumb fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get to that one stealth mission, and you're just like, fuck, I don't want to play a stealth mission.
I didn't play the Black Ops 2 campaign. I played the first Black Ops campaign, that's it. That one had a cool twist at the end. So Black Ops 2 campaign, was that worth it at all?
I got more enjoyment out of the multiplayer. The campaign was meh.
Okay.
Like I said, it's the worst action movie you'll ever see.
Yes, I've seen my son play, and I know it's got like some flashback stuff, and it's like a generation to generation type of story, which is kind of neat. But, one day, maybe. Who knows?
You're never gonna sit down and play it. Don't worry.
I know. It's too many games to play.
You have too much of a backlog anyway.
Exactly.
You
That's
still
the problem.
you still haven't finished your Nintendo A to Z.
No, I finished the Alphabet Soup.
Oh, did you?
It's done. Yeah, I followed through with it. But I mean, there's a lot of games I skipped, especially because I wanted to avoid copyright claims, and I still freaking got hit. And of course, of all companies, Konami. Fuck you, Konami. You don't even make games anymore. Stop it.
All right. I'm gonna go off on a tangent for a second.
Oh God.
Because it's what I do. This is in regards to Konami.
I triggered you.
No, not triggered. This is. Have you seen the Kickstarter for the quote sequel to Castlevania that Iga is working on? It's Bloodstained, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I read an interview with him last night. It was on, I can't remember the site. I think it was Glixel or something like that. This guy is the exact opposite of Hideo Kojima. Like, the fact that these two guys worked for the same company as game producers just boggles my mind. Because their vision of how to make a game is completely diametrically opposed. Iga's whole thing was, I want to finish the game under budget and ahead of deadline, but make the best game possible, which is why he stuck with only 2D games.
Yeah.
Which is why Symphony of the Night was the way it was. And then they just forced him into crapping out rehashes of that. Then you got Kojima, who's... I don't know what he's smoking. But he just wants everything bigger and grander and more massive.
He's like the Peter Molyneux for the Japanese.
I think his ego is bigger.
The Peter Molyneux?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, he does have the shades to back it up, so... Yeah.
Just think of how much ego you have to have. Death Stranding.
Yeah. That E3 reveal was awkward,
preview.
but great.
The game isn't even technically in development. The game's like half an idea in his head. And he had this giant press release at E3 for it.
I mean, I'll be honest. Kojima, to me, is like... It's a guilty pleasure, kind of like, what's his face? Who's the other guy that's very weird kind of games? Pseudo whatever.
Suda51.
There you go.
He made my two favorite Wii games. No More Heroes 1 and 2.
There you go.
Those games were insane.
Didn't he do Mad World too?
He didn't do Mad World, but Mad World was another Wii game that was
I don't know why. Mad World felt like something he would have done.
That was the Sega game.
It was the Sega game, yeah. But there's just this grandeur that they have to their ideas, like so far-reaching. It's like there's no way they could pull this off, and you know it's gonna be a train wreck, but you want to go along for it anyway. You know, that's like I'm almost apologetic for how much I appreciate what guys like him do. But just I only make that concession for a few people, you know.
He goes for it, that's for sure.
So yeah, so the Division. We
Division.
got to that crazy tangent. I don't even know how we got there, but it's good that we did. But the Division.
Start talking about Konami.
Oh, so we were
Friend
talking
of
about
mine-
survival mode. That's right, and then we
Yeah.
talked about it. Yeah, all right.
A friend of mine keeps trying to sell me on the Division.
I love it. I hate that people still shit on this game, and anytime they talk about an Ubisoft game, you know, Ghost Recon Wildlands, I'm super excited about it. People are like, oh, it looks great, but I hope it's not going to be like the Division. Like, oh, God, shut up. Like,
My problem with the Division is it tasted too much like Destiny to me.
nah.
It's like, hey, we're gonna have all this DLC coming. We have all this stuff
And,
planned.
and I understand, because I made that comparison too. I'm part of the problem. But I've also said that even though they're in the same arena, they could not be any more different. Like, the vanilla content for the Division for me, and you know, I'm mad at Destiny. I hate Bungie and what they've become, and I don't want to get into that rant tonight. But I appreciate the potential of Destiny, and I admit that it's fun. But it's just I feel so dirty supporting it for so many reasons, and I realize it's a very shallow experience. And if you don't like PvP, then it's even more shallow, because the PvE is just like you're in a shoebox. In the Division, the world looks small, but it's massive, and now they added the underground to it, so you can go underneath that entire world. And I'm actually just walking through that world, and I'm actually appreciating it and just taking it. Like every time I play that game, and I'm not usually, you know, swayed by graphics, but I'm like, this game is fucking gorgeous. Like, there's snow falling down, and it's accumulating on my clothes, and you know, little details like that. Like, you know, and also part of it might be that I'm still a New Yorker at heart, even though I don't like where New York City has gone in the past few years. But you know, I grew up there, so I'm always gonna love New York City. But they nailed it, man. Like, the spirit of New York City is just so good. It's a great game, and they've added so much, like the loot drops, the crafting, the fact that they balanced action shooter but still kept it RPG, you know, tactical. Like, it's a very good combination, and it's something you don't really see anywhere else, because, you know, when I look at Destiny, it's more of a run and gun experience. It's more Halo or Call of Duty than it is Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six. And if I have to choose one or the other, I'd rather go for the more tactical, slower pace. You know, where there's more teamwork, and you have to be more coordinated, and it's very deliberate, and you have to be meticulous with your decisions.
Yeah.
That's what a Division is. You know, there's a lot of this, you know, calling out things and flanking, and you know, warning your friend when he's about to get bum rushed, and then going, oh shit, abort. Like, when things go to shit, if you could be the last guy to survive and then somehow survive long enough to revive your teammates, clutch as hell. You know, those little moments, man, it's super satisfying. I gotta say, like, and even with the free content they came out with, it was worth it. But if you get the season pass and you get a feel for where they're going with this, I feel like people should really give it a shot if they're looking for something different, something that's an MMORPG that gives you tons of replay value, but at the same time respects your time, right? So if you want to grind, there's grinding to be done. But whenever you want to put it down, you can put it down. And there's things you could do in the span of, you know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And then there's activities you could take on for longer periods, you know, where there's something for everyone. And the survival, you know, you could play it as a PvE thing or a PvP thing. You know, and that's a big thing, because the PvP for me, and I tempered my expectations for it. That's the weakest part of the package, but the PvE is fantastic, and that's really all I care about. Like Dark Zone, I love the concept, but Dark Zone is like the one thing, if I had to be that guy to complain about it, Dark Zone is like not at all what people wanted it to be, at least not in my head. It's a great concept, and there's lots of fun stuff to do there, but it's like you're farming all these cool mobs to get loot, and then some random asshole just decides to kill you. He realizes you don't have any loot on you because he could tell right on your character you'll have a fanny pack if you got loot. You got no loot, but he's like, oh, you're here. I'm just gonna shoot you because I can. Ha ha. I'm camping in this area and killing people as they come by. Ha ha. This is how I spend my free time. Do 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 do. Killing people for no reason. Yay yay. It's like, go play Call of Duty. If that's your objective, is just to shoot people, is to grief. Then go play Call of Duty and go jerk off or something.
Griefing is way more fun.
Yeah, I don't get the mentality. Like, it's like people that have an abundant amount of free time, just shitting at people that don't have that much time to game. It's like, oh, you only have an hour to game today? You have a family and responsibilities? Oh, I'm sorry to see that. I live in my mama's basement. I just play video games all day and jerk off and sit in my filth. Hey, I'm gonna shoot you.
Sounds about right.
Sometimes I just wish I could punch people through the screen. But other than that, dude, I'm a big fan of Division. And
everyone I've talked to has said good things about it.
Really?
And the last people I've talked to have said good things about it. When it first came out, people didn't have good things to say about it because it wasn't what the trailer was. But lately, I can count the last 3 people who have spoke with were like, yeah, it's a good game.
The problem with the Division, and first off, I have to say, Ubisoft, when they make trailers, they're completely unrealistic. Even with Ghost Recon Wildlands, like, I have friends I play regularly with, and those kind of gameplay sessions rarely happen. Most of the time, people are talking about their day at work, something silly their kid or their pet did, and then there's going to be some call-outs. But these guys are so meticulous. They're like, all right, we got a tango on your 6. We're going to need you to run a leapfrog formation, and I'm going to flank from the right. Alpha team will go with Bravo team and flank from the right. I need the Charlie team to take a defensive position on the cliff and be Overwatch, all right? My go. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. Like, really? No, it doesn't happen. Shut up. Fucking. They live in a make-believe world. Like, the what?
I have experienced that in games.
But you know as well as I do, it's a rare thing unless you're playing in an esports or race structure team. If you're in a random group, a pickup group, right? And there's just one asshole trying to do that, like barking out orders. Are you gonna be like listening to him, or are you gonna be like, "Fuck off, dude"? Be honest.
Nah, I'd usually be that guy.
Okay. All right.
Because I want to win.
I mean, I appreciate that because I like, you know, if it's ranked for sure. I play serious. I'm not super competitive, but I feel like if you're going to play in a competitive mode, don't dick around. If you want to dick around, there's the casual modes for that, right? That pisses me off. Like, you know, oh, I'm going to join ranked and then just team kill or go AFK. The fuck? What are you doing? It's like...
Oh, I love that. It's
like going to the trouble of qualifying to be in the Olympics and represent your nation. Then you go to the Olympics to take a nap on national, you know, on worldwide television. That's what people are doing.
Can I do that? I'd like to do
that. Just fall asleep on TV. Right in the starting line, like, yeah. They fired a gun and you're like, that'd be pretty great, actually. No one will ever forget you. Your country will hate you, though. You might be excommunicated. But, anyway, Division. They fixed a lot of stuff with that last patch, man. The drops are a lot more frequent now, and even if you don't need the loot, the set items, you could trade them to friends or scrap them for materials. Now they added a 5th tier, so there's 5 tiers of difficulty to change your instance, and it improves the AI and the loot drops and everything. And then you have minor adjustments within those. And there's different gameplay modes. You have underground. I mean, I can go on forever. There's some quality there. Some quality. Hey, Beard.
Hey. Yes.
Did you catch Dave Chappelle and the Tribe Called Quest on SNL?
Piece of it. I saw clips of some of the Chappelle skits.
Pretty good, right?
I got a good laugh out of some of the Walking Dead one. That one was
What?
that one
Okay.
was hilarious.
Are you a Tribe fan by chance?
I haven't really listened to much of their music, so I can't really say.
It's kind of
I listen to mainly metal.
yeah. I got you, man. I like metal too. I like all kinds of music, but if you're a hip hop fan, Tribe is kind of a big deal. So it's kind of historic to have them come back, though they lost one of their main members. Unfortunate chain of events, but what can you do? But yeah, it's a little sidebar there. So anyway, we should start wrapping this up soon. So I was gonna go through some deals for cheap bastards because, of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that
Steam
stuff.
sales are going on.
The what?
Steam sales are going on.
Yeah, the autumn sale that's now through the 29th.
Couple of games on there I'm thinking about picking up.
Like what?
Axiom Verge.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's that's $20 right now.
Totally worth it.
Or it's $20 total, or $20 regularly, but it's $10 right now. So I'm thinking about picking that up. And then the usual suspects are all on sale for Steam. You got your Borderlands 2 is $5 as always, which will always be worth the money.
Yep. GTA 5 finally dropped in price. Thank God.
They didn't pull a scam this time and raise the price just before the sale.
I mean, this
They
part
pulled
is
They pulled that shit last year.
yeah.
Right before the Steam sales, they got rid of the basic version of it, and there was the $80 version that came with a shark card that was then cut down to being, I think it was like $55, so you were only saving like $4, which is kind of genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evil, but genius.
I mean, everyone else does that. Like, you get the sale price, but you get a savings story that seems great. Like, you saved 30%. Yes, but the price was already raised before that sale, so you didn't really save 50%. You saved like 25%.
Yeah.
That's so tricky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just don't make money selling products at cost.
Yeah, I know. You gotta make money. I get it. But I'm gonna avoid the Steam sale because that's a dangerous place. But for me, it's gonna be mainly the Xbox store because between Xbox Live rewards and the Bing rewards, I get so much money back that it becomes worth it if they have like promotions going. Like last month, I got like $30 just for Bing rewards, and then on top of that, I got like Xbox Live rewards and all this other shit, and yeah, adds up.
Nice.
At the very least, you get some free DLCs, some free season passes and crap. So definitely worth it.
Speaking of which, I gotta get the Dark Souls DLC.
Oh yeah, that's another game I gotta keep on my radar. But I can hold off on that. I'm still working on 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. I bought 2 and 3 at the same time. And I could have just waited until 2 was even cheaper.
It's still worth that.
Exactly.
Right? There's a lot of replay value in those games for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I played it on the PS3 and then decided to buy it on the PS4.
Worth it.
Just because. I just had money burn a hole in my pocket, and I was at GameStop, and I'm like, I'm going to buy all the Dark games. So I bought Dark Souls 2 and 3 and Darksiders 2. That's
Seems legit.
I feel like that's a underrated game.
Darksiders? Yeah.
The Darksiders games.
From what
Darksiders
little
1.
I played of the original, I really enjoyed it.
Darksiders 1 was the best Legend of Zelda game that's been made since Oracle of Seasons and Ages.
Damn. All right.
It is the post-apocalyptic Legend of Zelda. Yeah, totally worth it. I'm sure you can get that game on sale right now. There you go. Games for cheap bastards. Go get it. Love it.
I'll write it right here. Get Darksiders.
Get Darksiders 1 and 2. Who doesn't
1
want
and
to play
2.
as the Horseman of the Apocalypse?
Yeah, I love the whole premise. It's great. I kind of wish, like, I hate the whole remastering, the lazy cash in. But if they made a Legacy of Kain anthology with like updated graphics and fine-tuned gameplay, that'd be dope. Especially
That's the
Soul
thing with the
Reaver.
remaster. So with the remaster, there are games that are worth the remaster. There are games that are totally... People should go back and play these gems of games.
Right, like especially if they're like 10 years or older, But
if they're going to put out Kingdom Hearts 2, 1 and 2 in HD on the PS3 and then immediately turn around and put it out on the PS4 a couple weeks later, no.
well, even more realistically, The Last of Us,
Oh, yeah.
they did not
That was-
waste any time on that shit.
That was a blatant cash grab. Like, yo, this game's the new hotness. Everybody loves it. We already have all the files in high res anyway. Just put them on this disc instead.
Yep.
And they're both fucking Blu-ray discs, so it's just a matter of probably one line of code.
Yep. It's crazy, man.
I didn't even think The Last of Us was that good of a game.
I didn't either. But people jerk off
Was
to
it-
that game. That and what's the other one that people are so crazy about? Episodic one. What's up, War Child? Have a good night.
Life
Make
is
sure you guys check
Strange.
him out. Twitch.tv/WarChildMKIV. He's just popping by. He's got to sleep off the food. Much love, brother. Yes, and Life is Strange. That's the one. Yeah.
Life is Strange was... It was poorly written.
People
On
swear
top
it's
of the-
so brilliant. And the thing about it is, if you say you like... Let me give you a hint, guys. If you say you love Life is Strange, you will get laid. Because the women love this game. It must click with them. But for me, I'm like, man, it's just like really shitty writing. It's trying to seem smart, but it's predictable, kind of formulaic. Like, I appreciate there is charm to it, but I'm like, man, I feel so rapey playing this. I feel like a dirty old man because I'm like going through these teeny bopper issues that I can't really relate to. It's like, oh man, he's so dreamy. Oh, I just
You know
want to
what,
touch his
maybe-
butt.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just not the demographic for it.
Yeah, we're not the audience for that game for sure. And not to mention, it's not really a game. It's an on-rails experience. Like, people get mad when I say that. Like, no, this gameplay, bro. There's a part where you have to walk down the hallway. Like, oh, man, the level of depth to that. It's like, and then they go, oh, then you got to do this thing. And, there's the rewind time mechanic. It's like, dude, all that is a way to get around the point-and-click adventure trap. There's no fail state because you can rewind time and do it over.
Yeah, it's a point-and-click game. It's the same with the Telltale games.
Exactly. And I'll concede that they are games to an extent. But to me, they're more interactive movies. You play it for the narrative or because you appreciate the theme or both. But don't try to lie to yourself and lie to me and say there's deep gameplay there. Stop it. But there's an audience for them, so, I ain't mad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Life is Strange is that one. And now they're giving away. Now what they're doing with those type of games is that it's really smart. They're giving away the first episodes of all of those series I think they're going to keep doing this going forward, even for new releases. The first episode will be free. They get you hooked, and you have to buy each episode. And then I think we're going to see a lot more of the episodic installments going forward. I mean, Hitman is even doing it, and they've had some pretty good success with that.
But
I was waiting for you to say something. I heard the breath.
But it just... Now, if it actually... With games like that, with like the Telltale games and the Life is Strange, they tout it on your choices actually meaning something.
Yeah.
If you look at like a Tales of the Borderlands game, they all lead to like 2 or 3 endings.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, I guess if I really disparage that, I'll be talking out of both sides of my mouth, because I did defend Mass Effect 3, the ending there.
Yeah, but Mass Effect 3, though, you know, even with the shitty ending before they redid it, that gameplay experience was amazing. So it's okay if we're apologetic.
That was my argument.
Huh?
That was my argument with Mass Effect, though.
Okay.
With Mass Effect, it was about the journey. It wasn't about the destination so much at the end of it.
Yeah. And you fell in love with all those characters, right?
Mass Effect 3 did a good job of destroying everything that I loved.
Oh, God, I know.
Mass Effect 3 ruined me emotionally for months.
I think Josh Whedon had a hand in that.
Just with Morden Solidus alone. That whole the story arc with the Krogans, and it.
But see, that's where the decision did have impact, because if you did everything right in 1 and 2, a lot of your original crew did survive, and you got to see them live on.
See, I played it from 2 on, because on the PS3, 1 wasn't available at the time.
Did you do 100%?
For 3? Yeah.
You did the Galactic War, you did the multiplayer, you got everything 100% there.
Yeah, I did everything I possibly could to get the best preparation possible.
Your suicide mission on 2, did everybody survive?
Nope.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The only one I lost was Jack. I didn't really care too much about her.
We had this conversation before. I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah.
Jack was such a brat. Like, I think her character was overstated. If they did her attitude a little more subdued, instead of rather, like, they were trying to be too literal and too overt with the fact that, hi, I'm a tattooed chick who's a badass and probably a lesbian.
Way too try hard at.
Yeah, it was too much. Like, there's something to be said about subtlety.
From what I heard, I haven't had the heart to go back and play through the games again. But from what I've heard with Jack's character is, as you progress her storyline, she becomes a more tolerable character.
She does. She does.
But no, I always sided with Miranda.
Well, see, Miranda's bae, but I was actually able to romance her and Jack, and then get them to get along. We had a threesome. That's if we get 110% completion.
I don't believe you. I don't play many games with the PC mods on, so I don't know what type of shit you've been concocting. Fucking honey pop, fucking nonsense thrown in there probably, but.
Oh my god, honey pop meets freaking
Mass
Effect? What? Dude, you know Miranda Lawson was modeled after the girl from Chuck. What's her name? Stravosky. Yvonne Stravosky.
Yeah.
Cutie.
She's hot.
Oh, I know, dude. Just a cute face. Like, even like with her messed up teeth, that's actually part of the appeal. Like, she's not perfect, but she's super hot. Like, I like that.
Same thing with Scarlett Johansson. She's a middle tooth.
It's true. But man.
Man.
We have the same taste, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But
Pale skin, light eyes, tattoos, game over.
Yep. GG. Oh man, you just got some other things in my head for a second. Moving on though, we'll do Woman Crush Wednesday another day.
Continuing, what other cheap games are out there that I should buy?
Well, Overwatch is going to be up to 60% off depending where you go on all platforms, so that's good. If you've been on the fence, if you've been on the fence, it might be a good time to jump on it. It's a fun game. And
I played the.
Did you? The free weekend?
I played the free weekend. I played the beta on the PS4.
First time?
And the first time was the beta, and
Okay.
it was all right. And then the free weekend, it was the exact same experience.
Okay.
So
Did you play
There's one
arcade
thing-
mode?
I played. I just played the
Quick match?
quick match. Yeah.
Nah, I see you messed up.
See, the problem with free weekends is I only have 2 hours free from Friday afternoon to Monday morning. So I just
Yeah,
wanted to get
like, I hate
want
the
to get in
whole...
and play as quick as possible.
Yeah, I hate the whole bullshit that these free play weekends are weekends, and that they usually do these events for like 2 or 3 days, as if everybody has the same time off. Fucking go for the gusto and run it for a week. The fuck?
Yeah.
No balls.
The thing that Blizzard does right, though, is the game plays well.
Yeah.
It does. It's smooth. It's polished.
Yep.
And they have the loot system figured out.
Yeah, they finally got that
Perfect.
right. Like, you get tons of loot boxes now. Speaking of which, I
Yeah,
gotta
they-
get this week's loot boxes.
They know what they're doing. They're pros at this by now.
Yeah. Well, at first, Overwatch didn't have enough of a sense of progression. So, like, it was like, if you really enjoy the game, you'll keep playing it. And I love the game, but it's like, I kept finding myself getting sucked into Rainbow Six Siege and other stuff. So it's like...
So you mean it's like exactly like Hearthstone?
Yeah, that's kind of a similar issue where, like, there wasn't enough gameplay variety and there wasn't enough of a sense of rewards or progression. So, like, it's like, well, yeah, I know that the number one incentive should be enjoying the game, but I'm spoiled. I need a little cake and eat it too action. And now they got that.
It's not even being spoiled. It's a matter of you're using the one commodity that you have that is completely non-renewable. You're using your time.
Yep,
And you want to feel like you accomplished something in that time.
exactly.
So just sitting down and playing a mindless game, yeah, sometimes that's a good distraction. It's good to just kind of relax, but you want to feel like you accomplished something.
Yeah, and then so you forgive me the skimpy devil's outfit for Mercy. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yep, that's completely it. So other games on sale. We talked about Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2 Deluxe for $75. That's 50% off. That's a really good deal. GTA 5 finally goes down to $30. Now it's almost worth it in my book. I'm tempted, I'll say.
I'm tempted. Once that game's $20, I'm getting it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I don't want to give them any more of my money because I already did that last gen. But at $20, the fact that they have GTA Online and they seem like they're gonna support it for at least another year, I'm like, okay, all right. Now you finally seem to get it right. You know what? 5 years later, good job.
The online aspect is the only part of that game that interests me.
Yeah. Who
The
cares about
multiplayer aspect. I don't care about the story. I never played it.
Yeah.
Even as far back as the first GTA 3. I would just put in the cheat codes to unlock everything, give me the guns, let me go rampage. That's
Like, I enjoy the campaign, but the online to me has always been the bread and butter. Hey, mama.
yeah.
Oh, here's another one. Mega Man Legacy Collection. It has Mega Man 1 through 6 plus different competitive modes and neat features for under $10. I think I saw it for like $5. Definitely worth it.
I have so many of those games.
I know.
It's Mega Man 9 and 10 are the ones that I want.
Yeah, I was disappointed with his Legacy collection. The GameCube Mega Man collection, that I think is the Anniversary collection, is actually more complete than this. 'Cause that has Mega Man 1 through like 9 plus 2 of the X games, I think. Something crazy like that.
It's probably 1 through 8. Because 9 came out when they, was it 9 or was it 10 that they went back to the 8-bit style? I think it was 9.
I can't remember. But I know that they had a collection of Mega Man on the GameCube that was a lot more complete, and then it's like the Legacy collection. It's like, yeah, you got some new features in there, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of money for, well, I get being spoiled. But under $10, you know, that'd be worth it. Speaking of Mega Man, might be number 9. I think I saw that for $8. It's dirt cheap.
Not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's that bad, really? Even at $8?
It is that bad.
Damn. I'm morbidly curious.
You know what you should spend your money on instead?
Rainbow Six Siege?
20XX.
I have it already. Fantastic game.
Yeah. If you're thinking about buying Mighty Number 9, buy 20XX instead.
Wait, I recommended that to you a while back. Did you get it off of my recommendation, or did you see someone else play it?
My buddy Joe, I recommended it to him. I don't remember. I don't remember you recommending it to me, but I remember running into it because someone was streaming it.
Hey, cause I think I remember the conversation. I kind of said it's like Spelunky or Crypto the Necrodancer had a baby with Mega Man, because you got those daily challenges and stuff you could do.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Great game.
Cats.
So for $30 or less, folks, we got Rise of the Tomb Raider, Splatoon, Overwatch, Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition, Halo Wars, Mortal Kombat XL, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, Gold, FIFA 17, WWE 2K17, Fallout 4, Rainbow Six Siege, Bioshock Collection, Mafia 3, Doom, Gears of War 4, Titanfall 2, lots of stuff. I also saw they had some headsets on sale, like the Turtle Beach Air Force XO for $39.99. That's $40 off. Target's doing the buy 2 get 1 free. There's lots of deals out there. I think it's a good holiday. Good holiday. Anything else you want to mention before we start signing off?
I can't think of anything else really.
I try to keep it pretty comprehensive. If you're big on the Xbox and Windows 10's deals, head over to the Major Nelson blog, MajorNelson.com. He's got a whole official spreadsheet there of all the deals that are going through from now through the 28th or 29th. So, if you need a little extra time to make the decision or get the money together, I feel you. Yeah, you have time.
I'm broke till April, so.
Yeah, Disney will do that to you.
Oh my God. I won't even. We'll talk about that later, about how much that cost me.
Alright, I'm just going to say 2 words. I guess you could say 3 words. Just tell me yes or no. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Rainforest Cafe.
No. Did not go there. Stayed away from it.
I like how you just... I didn't even finish saying it. You already had your answer ready. No.
No. I know what those places are. I will not spend my money there. And it probably would have been a cheaper meal there than anywhere else that I went.
Yeah. That's how they get
Yeah,
you, though. The food.
Yeah, this is the one thing I'll talk about, because it'll be an hour-long conversation or me just bitching about this fucking mouse. But here's the one thing, the one unforgivable sin of the entire vacation.
Okay.
There was no coffee maker in the hotel room.
Oh.
Unforgivable.
Yeah. I can't I need to have some kind of caffeine. Tea, coffee, something.
Oh, there was coffee. You could buy it down in the food court of the hotel.
Oh, boy. What, for like $10? $12?
It was $6 for 2 coffees.
Yeah, so that would
But me and my wife reused the cups through the course of the week, so we only bought coffee once, but twice. But still, that is unforgivable.
See, that's why you get yourself one of those, like, electronic coffee presses, and then you just bring some, like, individual coffee servings or something. Just go ghetto on it, you know? Maybe put, like, coffee in a jar.
Oh, we could have done the trip better, but the kids had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you'll be ready next time. But that's the thing. No matter how many times you do it, you always like go and you think you have everything with you, and then you remember, man, I forgot to bring this thing.
It's funny though, because Disney is a lot like the casino. No matter how much it costs you, you still leave thinking, you know what? Next time we can do this better.
And they keep getting you. Yep. The house always wins, man. The house of mouse.
Not me. I'm up at Mohegan. I'm ahead.
Oh, you're still doing the poker thing, right?
Oh yeah, I am.
Nice.
I'm ahead when it comes to my gambling money.
They haven't banned you yet. Casinos love doing that.
The poker room. They get their money from me regardless. Win or lose, they take $20 out of every pot over $100. So
that's true. Yeah.
They get their cut. They're smart.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my cut too. So
it's just always found. I was supposed to find it funny, like in casinos, if you're winning too much and having too much fun, they ask you to leave. Like it's like, isn't that the point?
Well, they'll ply you with drinks. They'll give you free stuff to keep you there longer because on a long enough timeline, you lose.
Yeah. Unless they think you're counting cards or using math. How dare you use math? How dare you?
Unless you're in the poker room. If you're in the poker room, they will leave you alone because they're getting their money.
Yeah. I had a little stint where I was really into the poker. I used to tend to do a lot of the online stuff. I made some pretty good money off of it. Did a little bit face-to-face, but...
The online stuff funded a lot of my stupid purchases through high school. Which is why it got shut down, because I was not of age to gamble at the time.
Did you ever do Paradise Poker?
No, I was playing Full Tilt.
Full Tilt was a big one, yeah. Everybody did that one.
Yeah, Full Tilt was the biggest one that got pinched.
Yep. Good times. But folks, that's all the time we have to talk tonight. Actually, this show went longer than I thought it would. So thanks for coming by. Yeah. No shortage of topics. And Obi's probably still in the food coma. I want to probably get a text in the morning tomorrow. Like, he's going to be weird and be like, 7 a.m. You up, bro? Get out of time. Me up at 7 a.m. Listen, I'm not in the military anymore, and unless I have a reason to be up that early, you're not gonna catch. I might be up at 6 or 7. I'm just not gonna answer you until like 9 or 10 when I get some caffeine in me.
God, I wish I could sleep till 9.
I'm just saying, I'm dead to the world before then. I need caffeine in me.
My kids are up at fucking 6:30 in the morning. I'm up.
God, yeah, I remember those days. We still get them every now and then.
Yeah.
You get through it, bro. You're strong. So where can people find you, man?
Beard and Hat. Sometimes I'm on Twitch. Sometimes I'm on Twitter. I sometimes post things on YouTube. I'm around.
And that's beard _
and _hat on Twitch, YouTube. It's some long string of characters. If you search Beard and Hat, you'll find me.
Nice.
And Twitter, it's at Beard and Hat.
Cool. And I'm YogiZilla everywhere. including Xbox Live, Steam, Twitter, all that good stuff. Of course, you could reach the network and whole community at Geeky Antics on Twitter. We got the Facebook groups. Just look up Geeky Antics, geekyantics.net. Make sure you check out our blog for our latest Rainbow Six Siege coverage and some other goodies. We got forums, we got private messaging, we got cool offers, you know. Sometimes we have to be a shill for things to pay the bills, because, you know, gotta make a living what we do. Can't just do it for free. We'll be broke, you know, that's not cool. It's only cool if you live with your parents, you know, no rent. And that's only cool for a little while, yo. But folks,
that's cool forever.
Yeah, I know, right? If you could go back and do everything differently, free laundry, free food, damn, I went wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Folks, we will catch you, next Thursday. I think we're gonna do a Retro Friday tomorrow, depending on how things go, because I got family visiting. We might have some other people doing Retro Friday streams on days that are not Friday. I know, mind blown, right? And hopefully I will eat, you know, my rolls and biscuits, and they will actually be in my mouth and not in my brain, just imaginary biscuits, 'cause that's kind of weird. I'm still kind of freaked out about that. I might be getting old timers.
Probably.
All right,
that
folks.
time.
Let's get out of
We've
here.
kept you guys long enough.
Yep. All right, bro. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Good night.